Hey, Francisco.
Hey Ryan, good morning. How are you?
I'm good. Hey, are you on a different computer than the Surface?
Yes, actually, I am on a desktop.
Great.
So it's different when you are like a laptop or tablet from.
Yeah, it's more a Surface is actually classified as a tablet. It's not actually a laptop,
Oh,
a
okay.
PC. A laptop is technically also a PC, personal computer.
Right.
So yeah, the Google Ads Manager is different for tablets than it is for desktops. So this way I should be able to go in and exclude Mexico on that search ad because we got another lead, but it came from Mexico. So if you know any insurance agents in Mexico, you might want to call them and say, hey, we got a couple leads. But I don't know anybody out there. It's just part of the process of narrowing down the target market.
Right. Okay.
But we've gotten 3 leads so far, so it's
Oh,
good.
really? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna share my screen because I signed it up on like the Google Ads
Hmm.
screen, and I see a kind of a like activity yesterday. Um, so if you take a look here, we
Oh,
have
still gives you this different. Let's see here. So this one's on an actual desktop. All right, maybe they just set you up with.
okay.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn these off for the rest of the day because people are fighting for attention today. It's just getting more and more expensive as time goes on.
Okay.
I'm just going to pause it. So I'm going to come in here, pause campaign, pause it, go back. This one as well. We're going to pause.
So I think
There.
we have maybe Grace and Christian waiting on the waiting room.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I think you're host, so you need to let
Oh,
them in.
okay. Uh,
But this cost per click right here is awesome. 13 cents.
okay. Let me move this really quick. Oh,
Good morning, guys.
Hello.
Rich, good morning.
How you doing?
Look where all these clicks are coming from. It's showing you in the heat map here. So, or I should say the clicks, the impressions. I apologize. Yeah, clicks are the same. Interesting.
So can we see where all these impressions are being, generated?
Yeah, so out of that ad, we just put this one up yesterday. It spent $11. We got 84 clicks. Average cost per click is 13 cents.
Okay.
Right. So they're clicking on this image from a different website and coming through. Our click-through rate is 0.75, which like a 1.1 to 1.3 is like really good click-through rate, right? That's 1 out of 100. So we're at 0.75 out of 100 people click through. But the cost per click is so low at 13 cents, it doesn't matter. The average for the insurance industry cost per click is $4. So
Wow.
put that into perspective, right? So now it's just what do we do with that data? One thing we have to make sure we do is we have to debrand that funnel from farmers, right? And that's what I was at least under the impression of, based on what Christian's conversation with corporate was. So we may just, come back and turn on more display ads rather than search. Looks like we're getting a lot more clicks that way. Now, whether or not those are converting into new business, that's another question, right? So I checked the type form earlier. Oh, this isn't my computer. I'll check it again real quick on my side, but I don't think you guys got another lead yet. There was one that came in from Mexico, which means we needed to turn off that search ad and rebuild it. But I don't want to do that till this election's over. Yeah, you guys still have 3 leads. One of them was from Texas, which I sent to Grace. Is Grace on the call?
Yes.
Hey, Grace, did you ever get that lead from Texas by chance from my email?
I didn't get an email.
Okay, well, let me send it to you here real quick.
I got a lead from Texas on Friday. It was a renter's insurance, which didn't happen.
Yeah. Maybe I already sent it to you then. What was the renter's name by chance? Do you know?
Yeah. Give me a sec. She called at 5:47 p.m. or 5:30 p.m. something like that.
Oh, she called in.
She called in.
Oh, from a Google ad?
I guess from
I'm guessing that's what it'd have to be.
it's at 8:40. I'm sorry. You want the name? Ronelith.
So maybe it was one of those click to call.
Yeah, that's what I'm
calls
thinking
that we
it
saw,
was.
right?
Yeah, she
Yeah.
called 800 number, and I don't know if it affects me, but as I'm quoting the policy, I said, okay, let me work on your policy. I mean, I'm driving already, it's after hours, but I decided to do it. And then if 3 minutes later, she'll call the 800 number again, and then again.
Yeah, she was ready to shop.
She was, but she wanted a renter's policy in 5 minutes, and that doesn't happen, not in my world, especially not after hours.
Yeah.
But I
So
don't know
that
if
didn't.
anytime she
Did you call her back with it?
No, I work with her. We didn't close because she wanted it by 6 p.m. And like I said, I was in my car when she called. I shouldn't have taken
Sure.
the call, but I did. So I couldn't perform. I couldn't close the quote as fast as she needed it.
Yeah. I see. Well, at least the Google click to calls are working. Maybe we just need to.
It's the only one that I got. We just need to make sure to clarify hours and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind.
So
I'm by my computer, but
yeah, I gotcha. All right. Well, at least I flipped the search ad off because it was still getting stuff from Mexico, and our display ad was coming in really low. And I've turned off all ads just because of the election. I don't want you guys paying for attention that's not going to convert at this point. I thought we would have got another 2 leads moving in today, but we didn't. So we'll come back in tomorrow and flip the display ad back on. I don't want any more wasted money than we've had. And then that should give us, again, we're looking at the cost per click here for this display ad at 13 cents is super competitive. Now, conversion, I think if we get rid of the farmers specific branding and make it more just, Seguros agent, then now that we've got that logo, if I can get a copy of that HD logo, I can maybe spice it up a little bit with some colors and throw that on the white label and go about it that way. That would probably get higher conversion, especially if we can take another display ad tomorrow and say, put the logo, somewhere on here where it shows the Seguros agent with the sombrero, which we could put like right underneath this guy's shirt, so we're branding out that way, makes it more professional, more clean experience for the user. Other than that, I mean, we'll turn search ads back on after the election. I don't want you guys. I have all my clients' ads off. I thought maybe you guys would get another lead or two yesterday, and it just didn't happen. So I don't want to spend another, $30, $40 through the evening tonight in competition with the election coverage and have you not get any conversions. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Today, people are concentrating on other stuff,
Exactly. And I don't want to have any more wasted spend on this campaign than we've had in the past. And I think that's one of the things that I just want to focus on is let's be really smart with our campaigns and where the money's going. We tested with the 40 question form and we got responses. So I think if we can, Francisco, can you share, or can you make me host again, unshare your screen, make me host, and I'll share the results from the type form so we can go through those numbers. So this shows 84 clicks, right? So we want to see what those numbers reflect on the type form. Because you got to remember these display ads are on different websites. They're not on Google, right? Go ahead and stop your sharing. I'll share mine. All right, so if we go to results, we go to insights. All right, so completion rate's going up. That's great. Yesterday it was at 6%. Now it's at 8.8. Average time they're spending is 6 minutes, okay? We've had 34 starts on the actual form. People are actually clicking that Código Postal. All right. That has translated to, out of the 34 we've had click that start, 3 responses, almost a 10% conversion. So I think if we look at the places where people are falling off, the fall off rate doesn't happen until, well, let's see if we can do a different, it's not giving us the numbers. I guess it's too small of a sample because we've only had 3 leads so far, but you can see how, let me show you as an example. Out of the 27, 6 people got to the second question, 3 people got to the third question, and 2 people got to this one where you actually choose your type of insurance, right? It's a little skewed. We know 3 people completed it, so that means somebody else did it, so it's 3 total. But I think we're losing people right off the bat from enter your postal to them actually having to enter their zip code, right? So we can play around with different types of forms and put different calls to action. So maybe the first step is they put in their name and their address and their phone number and their email and see if we can decrease the fall off, the drop off rate, right? But this is going right in line with what performed on Quote Informer. And if we can keep getting these clicks at 13 cents to 18 cents, we'll be in a really good spot. I need to pull up the other one as an example. So if you would look at my drop-off rate, you can see where everybody's doing the same thing. They get through the first 3 questions, the majority of them drop off, right? So it's just a matter of the law of large numbers. The more people we get in the form, the more they're going to complete it. If we follow the numbers, it's going to come around to be about the same as yours, right? I'm at 7.8% completion rate with an average time of 6.5 minutes. Okay. I didn't do a fresh restart on this before I started running ads. So the views number is off on this one. It'd be more like 650 if I didn't do all the testing on it, but I tested this myself and didn't do a new form. Should have done it, but I didn't. But either way, yours is following right along with those numbers. So if we shorten the form, I don't think it's necessarily going to increase the amount of people who complete it, because it looks like the majority of the drop-off is happening in the first 2 to 3 questions. Is there any way that we can stop that from happening? I don't think so. Not with anything that we can do other than maybe some animated images or, things make the funnel a little bit more fun. But I don't think decreasing the amount of questions asked is going to, at this moment, increase the amount of conversions we're getting. Now, if we were spending $200 a day on ads and we only had half the questions, then sure, it would increase our completion rate, maybe by 10%, right? But since we're so small at this point, I think we just go back tomorrow and build some more display ads and keep them running in Spanish, because the people who are clicking on that ad are the people who are reading that ad in Spanish, right? So nobody who speaks English is going to click on an ad in Spanish unless they're trying to learn more, which there may be a small percentage of that. But
And Ryan, these ads are getting in front of people when they're searching, like they're putting the words, insurance or auto or home, something like that.
They'll put in any keyword search term that's relative to the ones that we put in when we started the ad. That's what's on the campaign. So that campaign, we have ad sets inside the campaign, just like Facebook, right? So the campaign keyword search terms are targeting those keyword search terms. So when the display ad goes out, it's targeting people who have searched those keyword search terms or ones that are similar to it, right? So it's getting in front of people who speak Spanish, people who've gone on their phones and searched for insurance quotes with Spanish words before. That's who it's getting in front of. And I think that's probably why your cost per click is at 13 cents, because it's an underserved market. And we talked about that before.
Right.
So let's go in and check out your stats here and see where the traffic's actually coming from, and it'll prove to us where it's coming from, right? So if we go to open full stats, so we've had a couple clicks to call over the last week. That's really what we've been running the traffic from. So we're just going to look over the last week on traffic sources over here. So Google search, there's Christian. So Google search is coming in with 45. I believe this is pretty much organic Google search. All the Google clicks are coming through right here. Google
Hello?
leads. Hello. Can you hear us? Hello? All right. The display ad is what's causing or what's generating the Google leads double click with the Notagram, the YouTube double click, all of these, youtube.com/unknown.
You guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
What the heck?
Christian, use the computer audio.
I don't think she can hear us.
No. Let me text her. Go ahead, Brian.
Some of the direct links up here as well are coming from Google because it doesn't track every single individual click. Some websites, just don't have the integration set up properly, or maybe there's, no way to track it with Google's URL. So what we do is we set it as direct or none, because the URL we put in the actual ad is the direct link to the website, right? So they're not going through a redirect or coming from a different website necessarily. It's just coming direct to our URL. And the only reason it shows direct is because it's just something's on that website that doesn't allow us to track where it's coming from, but it's within Google's search network. So we're seeing this traffic start to follow along pretty much exactly where we had it with Quote Informer as I started building that one out. If we were running Facebook ads, we would see this bump up because people who completed lead forms would be going to the website to learn more information, right? But since we're not, we're seeing this down here low. And these bounce rates with the time spent, they're taking quick action, which is what we want. Anybody who's coming from search or coming from Google Leads, they're either clicking that click to call button or they're clicking into that form to start the process, right? Which is what we want. Now, the people who go through the process, request the quote, and come back, now they're spending some more time on the website, maybe searching around, viewing more pages that are available, reading about the website, etc. So that's what we got. I mean, it's good results so far just for just starting. And,
Is
it's
it-
going to take us a
sorry.
month to really get results. Go ahead.
What is the YouTube result for? That is 4 minutes.
So our display ad probably popped up at the end of a YouTube video and somebody clicked on it.
Okay.
Because when we run display ads, it goes throughout all of Google's display network. So that could be on
Okay.
other websites. It could be on YouTube. It could be in between videos on Vimeo.com. All those different video websites. Anytime you have a Google ad pop up, on your cell phone, maybe it slides up from the bottom of the phone on a website, and you see that little X, the blue X with the ad logo, and it says ads by Google. That's what we're doing is that's their display network. They're just putting it in front of eyes across their entire extended network. Now, they're only putting it in front of eyes of people who have searched keywords related to the keywords we put inside our campaign when we started that search campaign, right? So the keywords that are being searched are what cause that display ad to be in front of the consumer after they've searched it in Google. Now, Google's algorithm will go back and see if they've searched it in the recent past. Maybe, I don't know how long it is. Maybe it's 30, 60, or 90 days. I'm sure they have a time limit on it. But it'll go back and find who's searched keyword search terms similar to the ones that we put in for our campaign, and it will display the ads in front of them in priority. So it functions the same way as Facebook. It's going to put the ads in front of the eyes that are most likely to convert now and give us the best results. But these people are already or have already in the past searched for that product, especially when we break out into the display network with videos as well. You're putting your video in front of people who've either searched it recently or have in the past. Make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I just say, let's get on the phone tomorrow morning at 10 and build out another display ad or two. And we'll flip that search ad back on. I may have to just rebuild it so we can exclude Mexico. And then that way we can put in new keyword search terms as well for that campaign. So
I have a question. Does Google do what Facebook does? Will they start stalking us?
no. So Google, you have to spend a lot of money, like tens, 15, $20,000 a month, tens of thousands a month.
Okay.
In order for Google to reach out to you and give you somebody who's actually going to want to know more about your business. I spent, like $1,000 or $2,000 a month over the past year, and I was dedicated some guy out of the Middle East. So they're very lax about your account as long as you're not doing something blatantly illegal, spam. They'll let it slide. I put Powered by Google on my white label because they run my SMTP, and I use Google search to get people there. So it technically is, I just can't put a Google product or copyright Google, right? Because Google doesn't own it and I don't own Google. But I can say it's powered by it.
Yeah.
As long as I give the copyright to them.
That Mi Bolsillo number 8, I think is the one from Mexico. Well, I don't know, but that person is from Mexico.
So here, let's go here. I'll show you this form. My emails on Gmail seem to have been getting blocked with my clients, and I think my Gmail's been kaput. I don't know what else to do to it to keep it from getting blocked. But so we had one response over the weekend on Halloween for a homeowner's insurance quote in Texas. Did you get that, Grace? I sent it via email.
Did you send it? Because I'm checking on my phone and I didn't get it.
Okay, so I'm going to send these to you real quick.
Grace, it's the one that wanted renter's insurance.
The Houston one?
Is that her?
He's talking about more.
Oh,
It says call Arosa. Was that her name?
No.
Arosa? Okay, so let me send this to your email real quick. And then I'm going to finish getting I got to get on the phone with my dev guy for your CRMs because I'm trying to set up individual CRMs for each one of you guys, but it's pulling one Facebook account for my master CRM. I'm supposed to be able to white label it out. So I want you guys to integrate your own Facebook and Google Ads accounts as we go along. so that you have your own individual accounts set up on your own CRMs, because that's what we discussed, correct? We want to
Mhm.
do it all individually.
Yes.
Great. So make sure I'm on the same page there. I was going to do.
So you got Francisco, white level or whatever going, when are we getting ours? Mine.
I need to get it done like today or tomorrow. That's what I was saying is I need to get on the phone with the dev guy and have them figure out why I can't disassociate my Facebook and Google ad account from your guys's white labels. It should be completely different for each individual installation, but for some reason it's not letting me do that. So I'll reach out to him today. Worst case, tomorrow will be my call with the guy. So I don't know if it'll be before 10 a.m., but we'll have you on that CRM before we start running ads again.
Tomorrow, we're not meeting, Ryan. You have a funeral.
Tomorrow's Wednesday, isn't it?
Yeah?
It's day Wednesday.
No, tomorrow.
Thursday's the funeral. Tomorrow's the
Thursday.
showing. Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah. So Thursday I cannot meet.
oh.
So Grace, let me send you this real quick. There you go.
It's from September 15. One of them is September 15.
Which one?
Well, I just saw it when you were sending it, so it disappeared.
Oh, that's her birthday. This came in on Halloween. I thought
that's what I saw. Oh, here is what I saw.
Yeah, I thought I
birthday.
forwarded it. For some reason, my email's not going through, so I'm going to create a new Gmail because half the time it goes through and half the time it doesn't. And I don't know if that's a internet thing or what, but I need to get it figured out. So I'm going to create a new Gmail and get these CRMs figured out so we don't have to worry about lead distribution anymore. Sound like a plan, guys, but we are getting results. We just need to narrow down and fine tune here. And I think we'll be golden on Google. That 13-cent cost per click is really nice to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Ryan, a question on the
Sure.
click to calls. I know we don't see them on Google. So what do you recommend to keep track? Because we have different tiers, we have
Yeah,
different...
we've all got this set up on the 1-800 number, which is distributing out to your agencies by 1, 2, or 3. But since we're going individual based on ads anyway, it may be best for us to just have individual phone numbers for each maybe individual state. So when they fill out a form, it's for a specific state. There's some things we can do to get around that. And once we get Go High level accounts set up, we can integrate those Twilio numbers. So we can actually see those phone calls come in on your CRM and you can send text messages if you missed it. Right.
Okay.
And I think that'd be the best way to do it is individual by office. If we're going to do individual ad accounts anyway, as time goes on, it's probably the best way to approach it. So I can get those Twilio numbers set up and I'll do local numbers compared to your office.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Any other questions, guys? Or
No,
did you guys all vote? Go vote if you haven't.
a long time ago.
Yeah,
Yep.
good.
Same
I
here.
did it real early this morning. Got up at 5 o'clock and thought, oh man, I'll get there early before everybody else. No, everybody was there.
Long lines.
How's your dog?
everybody's- He's all right, man. He comes and goes, man. He'll get bad and be terrible for a day, and then the next day he's like a puppy again, and then just comes and goes. And so that's what tells me it's a heart thing because he's so tiny. Those little dogs are known for it. Their hearts just give out quick, and it just comes and goes. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. All
But,
right, cool. So tomorrow, regular time again?
Yeah, let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
perfect.
guys.
All right. See you later.
Yep.
Bye.
Have a
Okay,
good day.
Ryan, thank you.
All right. Goodbye.
Anytime.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
So you're the host, right? Okay.